Imagine taking a pill that relieves your pain, improves your mood, or reduces your symptoms. Now, imagine being told afterward that the pill contained no medicine at all, just regular table sugar. Most people would immediately assume that means the improvement wasn't real. But this reaction highlights a common misconception about placebo effect and how the mind and body interact. The placebo effect is frequently discussed in medicine and psychology, yet it's often dismissed as imaginary or all in your head. However, decades of scientific research show that the placebo treatments can produce real and measurable changes in both the brain and body. The placebo effect works when a person's expectations and beliefs activate biological processes that influence how the brain and body respond. Today, I'll explain what the placebo effect actually is, how it works, and how it's used in modern medicine. To understand what the placebo effect is, we first need to clarify what it is and what it is not. According to the National Institutes of Health, a placebo is an inactive treatment that has no therapeutic ingredients. Despite this, it can still produce real improvements in a patient's condition because the individual expects the treatment to help. This definition comes from research published in the National Institute of Health journal in 2021. Importantly, this does not mean that patients are pretending or imagining their symptoms are improving. Instead, the brain responds to the expectation of treatment in ways that affect the body. Understanding this definition helps eliminate the misconception that placebo effects are fake. The improvement does not come from the pill itself, but rather the body's response to belief and expectation. This distinction is important when interpreting medical research and different treatment outcomes. The placebo effect works by activating specific brain pathways related to expectation, reward, and pain regulation. A 2015 study published in the Journal of Neuroscience by researchers Tor Wager and Lauren Atlas used brain imaging to examine how belief influences physical responses. The research showed that when people believe they're receiving treatment, the brain can release endorphins and dopamine, which are chemicals associated with pain relief and pleasure. In some studies, PET scans have revealed that reduced activity in the areas of the brain responsible for processing pain, even though no actual medication was administered. These findings demonstrate that belief alone can trigger physiological changes. The brain does not simply ignore pain, it actively alters how pain signals are processed. This research reinforces the connection between mental expectation and physical response, helping scientists better understand how treatments affect patients beyond their chemical components. Because the placebo effect produces real biological changes, it plays a critical role in modern medical research. According to the New England Journal of Medicine, placebo controlled clinical trials have been considered the gold standard for evaluating new treatments since at least 2010. In these trials, one group receives the treatment being tested, while another receives a placebo. This design allows researchers to determine whether a treatment works beyond the effects of expectation alone. Placebo controlled studies have been especially important in research on pain management, depression, and neurological disorders. For example, placebo responses have been observed in patients with Parkinson's disease, where belief can influence dopamine activity related to motor function. Without understanding the placebo effect, researchers would struggle to distinguish between improvements caused by a treatment itself and improvements caused by a patient expectation. As a result, the placebo research helps ensure that medical treatments are evaluated accurately and responsibly. Today, we explored how the placebo effect works by defining what it is, examining how it influences the brain, and understanding its role in modern medicines. The placebo effect highlights the brain's ability to influence physical health through expectation and belief. While placebo contains no active medicine, it demonstrates that the interaction between the mind and the body is far more complex and powerful than it may initially appear. Thank you so much for listening.